Imagine walking along the ocean floor and coming face to face with a creature that seems to belong on another planet. It has 3 hearts, blue blood, 8 arms covered in hundreds of independent suckers, and a brain unlike anything else on Earth. This animal can solve puzzles, escape locked containers, open jars, recognize people, and even plan its actions. Yet it isn't a dolphin. It isn't a chimpanzee. It isn't even a mammal. It's an octopus. For decades, scientists believed intelligence evolved in a predictable way. Big brains, social groups, long childhoods. But the octopus breaks almost every rule. It evolved a powerful mind completely independently from humans. In fact, some researchers have described it as the closest thing we have to meeting an alien intelligence on Earth. And the deeper scientists looked, the stranger the story became. When researchers first began studying octopus behavior, they expected to find a clever animal. What they found was something far more disturbing. Octopuses weren't just solving simple tasks. They were solving problems they had never encountered before. In laboratory experiments, some learned how to unscrew jars to reach food hidden inside. Others escaped from supposedly secure tanks. One famous octopus repeatedly left its aquarium at night, crossed the floor, stole fish from another tank, and returned before anyone noticed. At first, scientists thought these stories were exceptions. Then they realized similar events were happening all over the world. Somehow, these animals were displaying a level of flexibility that seemed impossible for an invertebrate. And the explanation turned out to be even stranger than the behavior itself. Most intelligent animals have large centralized brains. The octopus does not. While it possesses a central brain, the majority of its neurons are distributed throughout its arms. In a sense, each arm can make decisions on its own. Imagine if your hands could think independently while still working together with your brain. That's closer to how an octopus functions. Scientists discovered that octopus arms can explore, manipulate objects, and respond to situations with surprising autonomy. This means an octopus experiences the world in a way that humans can barely imagine. Its intelligence isn't organized like ours. It's decentralized. And that raises an incredible question. What does consciousness feel like when your mind is spread throughout your entire body? Octopuses have earned a reputation for escaping from places that should be impossible to escape from. They squeeze through tiny openings, open latches, remove lids, navigate unfamiliar environments. Some have escaped aquariums so often that staff were forced to redesign entire enclosures. But the truly fascinating part isn't the escape itself. It's how quickly they learn. An octopus doesn't simply repeat a behavior. It adapts. It experiments. It finds new solutions. This ability resembles the problem-solving skills normally associated with highly intelligent mammals. Yet octopuses evolved on a completely different path. Which raises another mystery. How did such an unusual form of intelligence emerge? Many aquarists have reported something unexpected. Octopuses seem capable of recognizing individual humans. In some facilities, certain octopuses appear to prefer specific caretakers while actively avoiding others. Researchers began testing these observations. The results were surprising. Some octopuses consistently reacted differently to different people, even when those people wore similar clothing. This suggests they may be recognizing faces, movements, or behavioral patterns. Think about that for a moment. A creature separated from humans by hundreds of millions of years of evolution may still be capable of distinguishing one person from another. And that may only be the beginning. As scientists spent more time observing octopuses, they began noticing behaviors that were difficult to categorize. Some octopuses seemed curious about objects that served no obvious purpose. Others appeared to engage in what looked remarkably like play. They manipulated floating objects, repeatedly explored puzzles they had already solved, and investigated unfamiliar items simply because they were new. Curiosity is often considered a hallmark of intelligence. Yet seeing it in an octopus forced scientists to rethink old assumptions. Because curiosity suggests something deeper than instinct. It suggests a desire to learn. One scientist made a statement that captured global attention. He described octopus intelligence as the closest thing we may ever encounter to an alien mind. Not because octopuses came from another planet, but because their intelligence evolved separately from ours. Mammals share a common evolutionary history. Octopuses do not. Their minds represent an entirely different experiment conducted by nature. When an octopus solves a problem, explores a new object, or studies its environment, it may be doing so through mental processes unlike anything humans experience. And that's exactly why researchers remain fascinated by them. So why is the octopus mind so strange? Because it challenges one of our deepest assumptions. We tend to believe intelligence should look familiar. We expect it to resemble our own. But the octopus proves that nature can create complex minds in completely different ways. A creature with 3 hearts, blue blood, and a brain spread throughout its body somehow developed remarkable problem-solving abilities, curiosity, and adaptability. Perhaps intelligence is not a single path. Perhaps it can emerge in forms we have never imagined. And if a mind this strange exists beneath the ocean waves, what other forms of intelligence might still be waiting to be discovered? That question may be even more fascinating than the octopus itself.